Okay, so this is my video for the Wednesday lesson. You may be doing this on Monday or you may be doing it on Wednesday. Either day is fine. Let me just show you how to do a bibliography or a works cited page. Remember, they both mean the same thing. It means that you're basically giving credit to the author who wrote the information that you have paraphrased and put into your research. So I have, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. So I have put on here 3 examples of the most common citations that you will have. I did that because you can just basically follow that style and use that for your own. So for example, if you used a book from Mac and Via, you'll have to go back to Mac and Via if you didn't get this information. But they have the author's name, the title of the book, the publishing company, and the year it was published. Notice the punctuation. They have a period, a comma, and a period. I'm not sure why that's what they use. That's just how we do our citations. Next, you can see that I have a website citation. And then after the website citation, I have a PebbleGo citation. Now, these get to be a little more complicated, and so I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can do for those. Okay, for the PebbleGo, I'm going to show you first how to get a citation for PebbleGo. If you did Davy Crockett or Sam Houston, you probably used PebbleGo. So I'm going to go to the PebbleGo site and I'm going to sign in, and I'm going to type in my username, which we remember was gyelib, gyeread, and I'm going to type in my search bar. I'll do Davy Crockett. So I'm going to pull up Davy Crockett. Okay, so I was having computer issues. So I pulled up Davy Crockett. And this is the PebbleGo that we're familiar with for Davy Crockett. Now, I'm going to show you something really cool. Let me make sure it's in my frame. Let me move this down. Okay, at the very bottom of each of these slides, it's at all of them, there's this little folder thing that says print. And you have these 3 choices: cite, article, activities. Click on cite, because that's what we're doing. And looky there. It has the citation on there for you. So all you have to do is click it, right click. Oh, you can't right click it. So to copy that, you have to click Control C. And then you would copy and paste it into your slides document. So then it would be right on your works cited page, your bibliography page, so that you wouldn't have to do anything else. You can just copy and paste it right into it. Okay, so now I want to show you a really cool thing that some of your websites that you've been using has. This is one of the websites that we recommended, the tshaonline.org. This was, and if you didn't use it, that's fine. I'm just showing you this particular one because several websites that have factual information do this. So this one was on Juan Seguin that I had done earlier. And if you scroll down to the bottom of the article that I read, you'll notice that, and I want to make sure this is in, okay, you'll notice that they give a citation. And they've already done the citation for you. So all you would have to do is copy and paste that, and it would go directly into your works cited page again. Notice that when you use websites, the date that you give is the date that you accessed it. That means accessed means when you looked at it. And so that might be a little different because maybe you looked at it a week ago and you're just pulling it up now to see if it has a citation. And so the date might be a little different, but that's okay. You could even go in and change it if you wanted to for that. But anyway, that's a really cool thing that you can use as well. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is show you the bibliography generator. This is called NoodleTools Express. You're going to have to follow the link that I give you in the slideshow, or if you just type in NoodleTools Express in your Google bar, that will bring it up as well. But it has to be NoodleTools Express because the regular NoodleTools is a subscription thing that we don't have. So you're going to click on the style, which is MLA. That's the one you want to remember, MLA. So you click on MLA, and then you're going to select a citation type. So I am going to choose a website because that's what most of us have done, and then click Create Citation. Okay. So now I'm going to need to put the website address in that URL box right there. So I'm going to go here to this website right here. This is one on Stephen F. Austin that I was using. So, and this is one that we had recommended. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go back to my NoodleTools Express and paste it into that bar. The date of publication. Okay, let's see if we can find it. Now, at the bottom, they will often provide some type of date, and this says page last modified December 5th, 2017. That's probably as close as I'm going to get to the original date of publication, so that's the date that I'm going to use. So I'm going to say date of publication is December 5th, 2017. And the most recent date of access, well, that's today. So April 24th, 2020. Okay. Contributors. I may not know this information. Some articles are really good about providing you that information, but I wanted to show you an article that it doesn't give me that information. I just don't really know who wrote this article. It's probably a compilation of a whole bunch of historical facts from books and things, and so it just doesn't give me a lot of information about who wrote it. So I don't have that information. So I'm just going to leave that blank. Web page or document article title. That would be Stephen F. Austin. I think I would like to put Stephen, it's kind of a two-parter title. Giants of Texas History / Stephen F. Austin, right? You could even see that in the, you can see that in the web page. It says Giants Austin. So we know it's Giants of Texas History, Stephen F. Austin. So I'm going to put that in as my title. Giants of Texas History, Stephen F. Austin. Okay. Maybe I'll put a dash here to make that look a little more. Okay. And then we have the name of the website is, let me go back. Whoops, that's not the website. Texas State Library and Archives Commission is the name of the website. Texas State Archives and what was it? I forgot. Archives Commission. Archives Commission. Okay. Publisher of the site. Ooh, look for a copyright statement. Let's look and see. At the bottom, usually they will tell you who the publisher is. Okay, at the very bottom of my web page is a copyright thing, but you can't see it because my screen won't go. It won't. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it says, see that little C right there? That means copyright, and that means that there's the copyright date and the publisher. So the last copyright they did was 2020, so that means it's up to date as much as it can be, and it's the Texas State Library and Archives Commission. So the same people that own the website actually published it as well. That really is more for journals and things like that. Whoops. So we'll go to publisher of the site is the Texas State, oh wait, what did it say? Texas State Library and Archives Commission. Oh, I put this wrong. Texas State, oh good grief, Miss Stanley Library. So it's the same thing. The publisher is the same. It's not always going to be that way, but in this instance it is. Okay. And I think that's pretty much all that we have. This might have some things, but not for this particular article. So I will click Save. And there is my citation right there. It's really small, so you have to pay attention. You can make it bigger when you copy and paste it into your document, but you'll just highlight it, copy and paste it, and then put it into your final document. So one last thing I wanted to show you is I updated one thing in the book citation. I also put in a citation example for Social Studies Weekly because I know several of my students used Social Studies Weekly as something to help them. So this is exactly how you would cite Social Studies Weekly. You would put the name of the article from which you got the information. So for example, this one I got was for Santa Ana. Who was Santa Ana? So if you look at my Social Studies Weekly, the article title is Who was Santa Ana? And this is from week 17, The Alamo. So going back to that citation now, it says Social Studies Weekly. Whoops, I'm trying to move my screen. Hold on 2 seconds. It says let's see, Who was Santa Ana? So that's the name of the article. Where did it come from? Week 17, The Alamo. Studies Weekly is the name of the publication and or the publisher. And then 2020 is their copyright. They usually copyright every year for that publication. So that is how so all you would have to do if you've done something from Social Studies Weekly, you just insert the name of the article from which you got your information and the week and the title of the week. And that's it. This stuff will stay the same. And you need to make sure that on whatever citation you use, if you're copying and pasting or just inserting your information, the most important thing you need to remember is that you keep the punctuation the same. That's what kind of makes these types of citations unique, is that they have very specific punctuation that they use. Like I said before earlier, I'm not really sure what the purpose is. If it's just a way of, keeping it straight, I'm sure there's some reason, but I don't know what it is. I just know that you have to have it. So please follow the punctuation guidelines on all the citations that we give you. So this was a lot of information, I know, but using that Noodle Express generator will help, or just following the examples that I have here on the web page. Okay, if you have any questions, just come to my helping hour or ask in your small group this week. Thanks. Bye.